Hi, this is Dr. J. Suresh Gaur, Associate Professor in Department of Mathematics, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. Today, we are going to discuss about the probability, the basic definitions of probability. Before going to discuss about the probability, we have to learn some basic concepts on probability. The first concept is, what is experiment? What is the meaning of experiment? Generally, the students are doing experiments in physics and chemistry labs. What they are doing in the physics and chemistry labs, while they are doing the experiment, what they are going to observe? What is the student role while doing the experiment? See, while doing the experiment, they are measuring or calculate that particular experiment. How they are calculate is nothing but the process of measurement. And they are also observing the steps which are involved in that particular experiment. What they are observing means the process of observation. Either the process of observation or the process of measurement is called experiment. Only two things you should remember for experiment definition: either observation or measurement. Suppose if I take one example, counting numbers, counting 1, 2, 3, 4. That is also one of the experiment. Or counting traffic accidents. Suppose if I stand at signal point and counting accidents in a day, that is also measuring, na? That's why that is also called as experiment. Similarly, tossing a coin, also one of the experiment, or throwing a die, or counting the students in the classroom. All these are experiments because this involved the process of observation or the process of measurement. That's why which is known as experiment. This experiment divided into two parts. First one, predictable experiment, and second one, non-predictable experiment. What is the difference between these two? What is the difference between predictable and non-predictable experiment? Only the small difference between these two. With example, I will explain you. Suppose throwing a stone upwards, it will definitely fall down to ground only. That means while we are throwing the stone upwards, the result we can predict, it will definitely fall down to ground only. That means the result we are predicted before going to do that particular experiment. Such type of experiments are known as predictable experiments. That means the result can be predicted. Non-predictable means the result cannot be predicted. While we are doing the experiment, the result cannot be predicted. Suppose tossing a coin. Example, if I take tossing a coin. If we toss a coin, or while we are tossing a coin, we cannot expect either head comes up or tail comes up. It may head or it may tail. That means the result cannot be predicted in such type of experiments. Such type of experiments are known as non-predictable experiments. This non-predictable experiments is also known as random experiments. The non-predictable experiments are also known as random experiments. That means we cannot predict the result. So like this experiment we divided into two parts. In probability concept, we require only random experiment. We are not discussing about the predictable experiment because if you know the result, we don't want any probability for such type of experiments. If you don't know the result only, we require the probability. That's why in probability concept, We are considering only random experiments or non-predictable experiments only. What is the definition? An experiment is said to be predictable if the result can be predicted. That we have discussed in the previous slide. And non-predictable experiment or random experiment, the result cannot be predicted, like tossing a coin, throwing a die. In throwing a die also, either we can get it 1 or 2 or 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 phases. But we cannot expect the result while you are throwing a die. So, type of experiment is known as random experiments. Now, outcome. Outcome means the result of an experiment. Which type of experiment? Random experiment only. From now onwards, we are going to discuss experiment means random experiments only. The result of any experiment is called outcome. Suppose, tossing a coin. This is tossing a coin. Is it random experiment or not? Yes, this is a random experiment because we don't know now. Either head comes up or tail comes. Suppose if you assume head, it may head. This is outcome, na? Because the result of this random experiment is called as outcome. Now, this is very, very important definition, sample space. What is the meaning of sample space? I will explain you with simple example, the same tossing a coin. Tossing a coin. First, we need to identify which is random experiment or not. It is a random experiment because we cannot predict the result if we toss a coin. In case if we toss a coin, what are the possible outcomes? If we toss a coin, either head comes up or tail comes up. Only two possibilities if we toss a coin. What my doubt is there any other possibility other than these two? No, because only two possible outcomes. If I make it this bracket, the group or the collection of all possible outcomes I written. The collection of all possible outcomes is known as sample space, which is denoted by capital S. The definition is the collection of all possible outcomes in any random experiment is called as sample space. The symbol of sample space is S, capital S. Now, for this random experiment, for this tossing a coin, how many outcomes, possible outcomes? Two possible outcomes. The sample space consists of two elements. I can write 2 power 1 elements also. 2 can be written as 2 power 1 elements. Suppose if I take another example, tossing 2 coins at a time. Tossing 2 coins at a time. Not only single coin. If we toss 2 coins at a time, that is also experiment. Which type of experiment? Random experiment, because we don't know either head comes up or tail comes up. Suppose if we toss 2 coins, what are the possibilities? If we toss 2 coins at a time, the possibilities are the 2 coins may be head or HH. The 2 coins, one is head and another is tail. And tail head, first one is tail, second one head, and tail. These are the 4 possible outcomes. Except these 4, there are no other possible outcomes if we toss 2 coins. So, if we make it the bracket, the collection of all possible outcomes are written. As we have discussed in the previous slide, by the definition of sample space, the collection of all possible outcomes is sample space. capital S. How many elements in this sample space for this random experiment? 4 elements. We can write as 2 square elements. So tossing a coin, we have the sample space consists of 2 power 1 elements, and tossing 2 coins, the sample space consists of 2 square element. Similarly, if we toss 3 coins, which is also random experiment. If we toss 3 coins, what are the possible outcomes? 3 coins are tossed at a time. If we toss 3 coins are at a time. 3 may be head, T, H, T, H, T, H, H, double T, H, T, H, T, H, double T, and triple T. These are the possible outcomes. If we toss 3 coins, the collection of all possible outcomes, is nothing but sample space. That's why which is denoted by capital S. So the sample space consists of 8 elements. If we toss 3 coins, we can write as 2 cube elements also. Therefore, suppose tossing 1 coin, 2 power 1 elements in the sample space, tossing 2 coins, 2 square elements, tossing 3 coins, 2 cube elements. Like that, we can extend the formula tossing 4 coins, 2 power 4 elements, and so on. In case if toss n coins at a time, where n may be any integer, the sample space consists of 2 power n elements. That point we have written, in tossing a coin n times or n coins tossed at a time. Both 2 versions are same. Tossing 4 coins at a time or tossing a coin 4 times. Try to understand the concept. Tossing 2 coins at a time or tossing a single coin 2 times. Both versions are same. At the time, the sample space consists of 2 power n elements. Suppose tossing 5 coins at a time. The sample space consists of how many elements? 2 power 5 elements. That means 32 elements. Tossing a coin 10 times. How many elements in the sample space? 2 power 10 elements. So like that, we can give the conclusion. Tossing n coins at a time or 1 coin tossed n times, the sample space consists of 2 power n elements. The same concept we can apply for throwing a die also. Suppose throwing a die. This is an experiment. Which type of experiment? Random experiment. Because we cannot expect the result of throwing a die. Either 1 comes up or 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that for faces. If we throw a die, what are the possibilities? What are the possible outcomes? Either you may get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these are the possibilities. Other than this, there is no other possibility. So the collection of all possible outcomes we can write as capital S. The collection of all possible outcomes we can write as sample space. How many elements for this example? 6 elements. I can write 6 power 1 elements if we throwing a die. Suppose throwing 2 dice. Throwing 2 dice. This is also random experiment. If we throw 2 dice, 1 die and another die, what are the outcomes? We know that die is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And second die 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 faces. Here also 6 faces. If we throw 2 dice at a time, either we can get 1, 1 and 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6 like that. 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6. Then starts with 2. 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 6. Like that 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 3, 5, 3, 6 and so on. Last one 6, 1, 6, 2, 6, 3, 6, 4, 6, 5, 6, 6. Total how many elements? 36 elements. The sample space consists of 36 elements. We can write as 6 square also. Therefore, like tossing a coin, we can write the conclusion in the point 2. Suppose throwing a die. Throwing 1 die, 6 power 1, 2 dice, 6 square, 3 dice, 6 cube and so on. N dice are thrown at a time. The sample space consists of 6 power n elements. That is the point. In throwing a die n times or n dice thrown at a time, then the sample space consists of 6 power n elements. That means 3 dice thrown at a time or 1 die thrown n times. Both 2 versions are different. 3 dice thrown at a time or 1 die thrown n times. The sample space consists of 6 power n. The sample space consists of 6 power n elements. So this is the concept of sample space. Now, event. What is the meaning of event? To learn this topic, event, we should know what is the meaning of sample space. What is the meaning of sample space? If you know the meaning of sample space means the collection of all possible outcomes. The collection of all possible outcomes. Out of all possible outcomes, the subset or the part of this sample space is called an event. The subset or the part of sample space is called an event. That subset should be non-empty. So, the event definition is a non-empty subset of a sample space is called an event. I will explain you with the example. Say I am tossing a coin. This is random experiment. The sample space consists of h comma t because tossing a single coin, possibilities are h comma t. Suppose if I define A getting a head, it's my assumption. Assumption. So A can be written as H only because I defined A is getting a head. Now you observe A and S. A is a part of S. Yes or no? A is a part of S or subset of S. So the subset of S, sample space is S, na? The subset of S is called as event. Therefore, here A is event only. Instead of A is getting head, if I take B is getting tail, this is my assumption. I defined B is getting tail. This is assumption. So B can be written as getting tail means B equal to T. This B also subset of S or part of S because S equal to H comma T. So B is also event. So therefore, event means the subset of sample space, a non-empty. It should not be empty. It should not be empty. A non-empty subset of a sample space is called an event. So B is getting tail, B equal to T, B subset of S. So A and B are events. So event definition is the subset of non-empty subset of sample space is called event. Suppose if I take one example for event, throwing 2 dice. Throwing 2 dice means random experiment, and the sample space consists of like this 1, 1, 1, 2, and so on 6, 6. Totally how many are there? 36 elements. We can write as 6 square. The sample space consists of 6 square. Now I am going to define getting sum is 11. Sum is 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the first die. Second die 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is die 1 and die 2. 2 dice are taken because throwing 2 dice. I defined getting sum is 11. Where you get sum is 11. Suppose if you start with 1. 1 if you add with 1. 1 plus 1, sum is required. Na? 1 plus 1, 2 only. But sum is 11 required. 1 with 2, 3 only. 1 with 3, 4 only. 1 with 4, 5 only. Add them. So if you take with 1, we are not going to get 11. Like the 2. 2 you add with any one of this die 2, also we are not going to get 11. Like that 4, 3. So 5, 6. 5 plus 6 is 11. Next 6 plus 5 is 11. So only 2 options are there. So A equal to 5, 6, 6, 5. So this A is also subset of S because 5, 6 and 6, 5 is in a sample space only. Now getting sum is 7. B starts with 1. 1 if you add with 6 we are going to get 7. 1 plus 6, 7. Similarly 2, 5, 3, 4, 4, 3, 5, 2, 6, 1. Add all these terms we are going to get 7. So B is also subset of S because these all values included in the sample space. Now getting sum is 4. C starts with 1. 1 if you add with 3 only we are going to get 4. Next 2, 2, 2, 4. Next 3, 3, 1. Then 4 is there in the first die but there is no 0 in the die now. That's why 4, 0 is not acceptable. So C is also subset of S. So therefore A, B and C are events. So finally we got it, or clearly understood that event is a subset of a non-empty subset of a sample space. Here we have 2 note points. Pi. Pi means nully. There is no elements in that one. E is also subset of S. And S is sample space. S is itself a subset of S, which is known as sure event or certain event. The null event or impossible event. Because why we can call as impossible? It's not at all possible. Because event definition is non-empty subset. But what I have taken? Empty subset. So that's why it is impossible event. Similarly, S is a sample space. This is also sample space. S is subset of S. It's compulsory required, na? Compulsory event. That's why which is known as sure event or certain events. So pi is subset of S and S is subset of S. This is called impossible event or null event. This is called sure event or certain event. Okay, thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.